How to find winning SPACs. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to find and invest in SPACs to make big money. This video assumes that you have some knowledge of what SPACs are and how they operate. I will go through the screening criteria that I personally use to find the next winning SPAC. So the screening criteria, I actually look at all 6 of these things and they are all equally important. I'm going to go through the price, the team, the industry, the volume differential, where they are in the SPAC lifecycle, and the age of the SPAC. So for price, basically buy SPACs near NAV. You want to buy SPACs as close to NAV as possible. About 2-3 months ago, buying SPACs near NAV would be under 1050. But in this current environment, it's like buying SPACs near NAV would be anywhere from 1150 to under 12. As more and more people pile on, the definition of what buying SPACs near NAV is going to be different. But that's just the environment that we are in right now. Teams. So you want to pick a team with a good track record. Teams that have already brought in deals have higher value than no-name SPAC, like new SPACs. So think Chamath, Pepe, Helia, or Betsy Cohen, or any like the Gore's holding, or any like CCIV, like their next SPAC is going to be huge just because they were able to bag Lucid. Industry. So you also want to pick industries that are hot. Right now, EV and fintech are quite popular, like SoFi, Lucid. You don't want to pick something in a not sexy industry, like the mortgage company didn't do so well. What is it, UMC? So pick the industry that's actually hot and people are excited about, a company that's going to be brought public. So for volume, we look at volume averages and then volume differentials. So if there's a daily volume spike compared to the 30-day average, there's something happening. I'll go into how I use these numbers to help me decide whether or not to enter into a position. SPAC lifecycle. So the SPAC lifecycle plays a huge role, and if you're not familiar with the SPAC lifecycle, this is the SPAC lifecycle. This picture has been circulating around Reddit a lot. I'm not going to go through the SPAC lifecycle because there's just a lot to go over. I'll probably make a second video for this, but the gist of it is you want to get in before the hype train gets in. You want to get in around here and then just hold to make money. Age. So this also has to do with the SPAC lifecycle. You want to get in on SPACs that are in the searching phase of the lifecycle and hopefully around NAV. If you're aware of how the SPACs are structured, they have an incentive to spend the bundle of money that they collected from everybody. Otherwise, they have to return it. And they have a much bigger incentive to spend that money because the organizers of the SPAC can generate a lot more cash. So, yep, those are the 6. And now let's do a demo on how to actually screen through these. Okay, so I have Excel open, and I'm going to open up my CSV file that I have right here. Okay, so we have the CSV open. All this data was compiled by me. I scraped most of this data online and I update this every day around 9 p.m. PST. So let's talk about how we're going to sort this data to find the signal with all this noise. So first and foremost, we talked about price. We want to buy things near NAV. So we're going to sort this and filter by, let's make this bigger. So first things first, we look at price, and I already have a filter here. The numbers filter is less than, and I set it to less than 12, right? And then what we're going to do is we're also going to look at the volume change percentage. So the volume differential, right? We want things that are moving in the positive direction. So I'm going to sort this from largest to smallest. And we want it in a positive direction. So I see that for today, anyway, and today is 2/16/2021. that the pricing is RAAC has a 4,100% increase. So this is something to look into. So FCTC, all these have increased by a certain amount, by a pretty huge amount. So I will have to dig in to see what the catalyst is. And then what we're going to do is also, I've had pretty good success. I've noticed that in the SPAC life cycle, SPACs are actually merging a lot quicker than they don't take the full 18 to 24 months anymore. You're having SPACs that just IPO'd, and then like within 2 to 3 months they have a DA. So I actually have two screening strategies for this. I actually like to do it between so I like it to be greater than 2 months, but then less than 9 months, because I feel that's kind of the hot time right after the units have split. And then for the status, right, I actually only search for searching or searching pre-unit depending. And then we also look at the target focus. Right now for this example, we're going to just search for text filters, and it contains fin. Okay, so actually that narrows down our list by a lot. And then we can look here and we can see that for today, the SPACs that I probably should be looking at, by looking at the volume percent, these are the only ones that are positive. YSAC, LFTR, FTCV, and RAAC. So those are the SPACs that I'll probably do some more research on. And that's actually how you use this data chart. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.